Hey everyone, Becky Timms, the Amazon Queen here, and I am super excited that you are spending a few minutes with me on your Monday afternoon to learn how you can find your first product to sell on Amazon that makes $50 per day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. If you have any questions or comments while I'm going through the presentation, just put them in the comment section, and then when I finish with the presentation, I'll go back and do live Q&A at the end. Okay, so let's jump right in. And once I start sharing my screen, I want to make sure that you guys can see my screen and hear everything as well. Okay, so can you see my screen? If you'll let me know if you can see my screen, then we'll go ahead and get started. It should say how to find products that make $50 per day, even if you've never sold online before. There may be a little delay, so let's see here. One new message. Yes, great, you can see it. Okay, all right, so here we go. We'll get started. What I'm going to share with you is the 4-step process that I used to select and launch a private label product and generate over $1.3 million in sales on Amazon part-time. So the 4-step process that we're going to go over are actually the 4 P's of marketing. It's the right product, the right price, the right place, and the right promotion. So my goal for you today is I want to give you a roadmap and a framework so that you can successfully launch your own product, and I want to help you reach your goals in life and earn your first dime online. So I have a quick question for you before we get started. Imagine that you have your first product picked and it's already selling $50 per day on Amazon.com. So you've already done the research and it's already selling on Amazon. What would an extra $50 per day or $1,500 per month do for you? And if you could write that in the chat, I would appreciate that. So just let me know what an extra $50 per day or $1,500 per month would do for you. Okay, pay off your credit cards, pay off your student loans, catch up with some bills. Okay. So now imagine that you have your second and your third product picked and selling $50 per day on Amazon.com. So now you have $150 per day or $4,500 per month. What would that do for you? If you had $4,500 extra dollars per month. You know, most people can prevent having bankruptcy from having an additional $500 come into their home on a monthly basis. So if you had an extra $4,500 per month, what would that do for you? Okay, so now it would allow me to catch up with some bills. It would allow me to work from home full time. Okay, well what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to share my actual results. Wife could work from home, great. I'm going to share with you my actual results. These are going to be my official tax documents from Amazon. My personal information is blocked out, but I want to share with you guys, these are my results, and your results may vary. I don't know, you know, it's an income disclaimer. I don't know your work ethic, but I can tell you this. If I can do it being a small-time, part-time, small-town girl with one stoplight, I know you can do it as well. Okay, so here we go. 2014, my very first year on Amazon, $405,529.80, sold 7,662 items on Amazon. Then in 2015, $187,739.86 and 3,860 transactions on this account. On another account, $96,377.90, sold 6,737 items. This is actually my husband Bud's account. Okay, one day on Amazon, I sold 1,237 items on Amazon, my private label items, $18,220.25 in sales. And then in 2016, this is in our business account, $115,168.31. So the number of payment transactions was 3,187. So then in 2016, $328,934.52, sold 8,144 items up until the end of November of last year. And then after that, I literally quit sharing my results because I realized it's not what I can do, it's what I can help other people do. And so I've been on the journey to help, like I said, help other people make their first dime online as quickly as I can. So my why am I doing this? This is my amazing husband, Bud. He is truly the love of my life. He really completes me because we have two very active boys. This is my oldest son, Cameron, and this is the three of us. We're actually on a golf course on the driving range. And then this is Bud with both of our boys, Cameron and Carson. So just a disclaimer, I'm a mom, so they should be coming home soon. So you may hear the boys slamming the doors or jumping in the shower or something, but I just wanted to let you know. And then this is us on a cruise. We go cruising often, maybe 3 to 4 times a year, or as often as we can get away as a family because we love to cruise. And this is my little dog, Roscoe, and our fish. And then this is Bentley. So you may have seen Bentley in the Facebook with the Amazon Queen Tiara, and I'm going to describe this tiara near the end of the presentation, but this is why I sell on Amazon, and I only sell on Amazon part-time. So before my boys and before I got married, my focus was on education, and so I actually am a scientist. I have 2 master's degrees. My first one is in Earth and Environmental Resource Management, which basically means that I'm a tree hugger. And my second one is an MBA, Master's of Business Administration from the Citadel here in Charleston, South Carolina. But along with all of these degrees came a massive, massive amount of student loan debt. So when I first started in January of 2014 online, I said, oh, I'll just give it a try. I'll see if I can make enough money to pay off or pay my cell phone bill. And so not only did my very first month, not only did I pay my cell phone bill, but I paid my husband's cell phone bill as well. And my husband, Bud, is a skeptic. I'm the risk taker. He's a skeptic. And when he saw this business model, he said, Becky, that's brilliant. Now, for me to hear my husband, Bud, say that, I was like, ah. I mean, it was like amazing, like a light bulb moment, because he's never wanted to do that. So the bottom line is I'm just an average girl that decided to try this Amazon business. So as I said, I only work my business part-time. I am a scientist. I'm a lab director at a local laboratory here in the Charleston area. On the left is a picture of me in my safety glasses and lab coat. On the right is a picture of me standing in front of my bookcase downstairs. So I discovered selling online November 9th, 1999. It was 18 years ago, and I'll never forget it. It was when I created my very first eBay account. I was on AOL. I can still hear it like dialing up and everything to get online. But when I rediscovered selling online was January of 2014, and I saw a Facebook ad, probably just like you saw, to get here. And I was skeptical, but I went and I watched the presentation and I was like, wow. So after that, guys, I have been ignorance on fire since January 12th, 2014. I went and had business cards made. I had eBay and Amazon put on my nails. But my aha moment was when I discovered Amazon FBA and private label products, because that is truly the time freedom that I can have to still work a full-time career, have an amazing family, and have a thriving Amazon business. So what I did is, because I was super excited and I always shared information, share a lot of information, I said, okay, when I get off work, I'm just gonna, on my drive home, I'm gonna just give Amazon tips and secrets and eBay e-commerce secrets. But what happened is I would get so excited and I couldn't drive and talk at the same time. So I sit in my car wherever I'm at, and it's usually after 5 p.m. Eastern when I get off work, and I just give Amazon tips. So if you want to connect with me, you can go to thedriveat5.com, thedriveat5.com, and it will take you right over to my Facebook profile, and I go live on there every day, Monday through Friday, and just share tips on how you can earn your first dime online. I actually started doing that October the 11th, 2016, and I just celebrated 1 year of doing that as well. So not only do I get results, but I've also helped others get results. So here is one group of amazing e-commerce rock stars that I had the privilege to speak to and with. And hey, baby. And so I got to speak to that. So you can see that I at least got to speak in front of one room, but I actually spoke a couple of times, January 2017 in Houston, Texas, and then also in Baltimore, Maryland. And then I also speak in July as well. Yes, Cynthia, this is being recorded. So after I spoke, the one thing, people would come running up to me and they were saying, Becky, do you have a course? Do you have a course? Do you have a course? And I always said, no, I don't. And I was just trying to help one-on-one. But I realized that with my time, I could not help everyone one-on-one. So I'll be upfront and honest with you. At the end of this presentation, I do have a course, but what I'm going to teach you in this presentation, you can go off and learn how to private label on your own. So these are real people with real results. So Tennille from Utah says, I can't believe my first sample test product sold after only 1 month after purchasing the private label course. Then after my product went live on Amazon, I had organic sales without pay-per-click. Thanks, Becky. That was from Tennille. And then Julie's in Canada, and I'm going to paraphrase what she says here, but basically she was going to the mechanic, and then she stopped to donate blood, and she looked across the street, and she saw a cosmetic company, but they were actually more than a cosmetic company. They were the manufacturer for like face soaps and creams and moisturizers and things of that nature. So she went and scheduled an appointment with them. She met with them and realized that they do sell fulfilled by merchant on Amazon in Canada, and they're also in major retail stores in Canada, but they're not on Amazon.com in the US. So they are going to allow her to private label the products. And she just says, thanks, Becky, you gave me the confidence to do this. So I'm super excited for Julie and her business in Canada. So I've also helped others. This is Amy. Amy's officially debt-free thanks to eBay and Amazon. No house payment, no car payment, no student loans. I actually, on my Facebook profile, posted an update from Amy on yesterday, and she has been working really, really hard for fourth quarter. She passed $100,000 in sales in 30 days. Amy's actually had over about $3 million in sales, so she's really rocking her business. And Henry, he says, I paid my car note off today. Hallelujah. So you can see a lot of people are making a lot of money on Amazon. Okay. So who is this webinar not for? Guys, if you're looking to make quick money, this is not the webinar for you. If you're looking for shiny objects and silver bullets, I'm sorry, this isn't the webinar for you either. But if you are looking to supplement your current income and go work full-time or just part-time 100% from home, then you're in the right place. And if you also want to make your own hours and spend more time with your family, then this webinar is for you as well. Oh gosh, I've made mistakes and I've learned how to avoid most of them, but you're going to get to cheat and get the easy way. So I'm going to share with you how an average girl like me, and when I say average, I mean like really, really average, no experience. I started with no experience, no product, no website, no blog, no email list, no Amazon insider secrets, and no easy button. So what exactly is Amazon FBA? FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, and that's where you ship the products to Amazon. Amazon stores the products. Amazon picks and packs and ships the products. Amazon provides all the customer service. If there's any returns, Amazon does everything, and you get paid like clockwork every 2 weeks. So there's a picture down here that shows the Fulfillment by Amazon process. So the number one question that I get asked is this. So Becky, if you're doing so well on Amazon, why are you still working a full-time job? My first answer is I absolutely love my full-time career. I've been doing it for 21 years. And 2, I love protecting public health. And 3, because of our Amazon business, my husband was able to retire, 49 and retired. And if you look at this formula again, I do the initial research. I send the products to Amazon. That's in the beginning, the very first time. Amazon stores the products. Any of the customers come to Amazon, they buy the products. Amazon picks and packs and ships the products, and Amazon ships the products to the customers. So nowhere in this formula is there anything that Becky has to do other than pick that initial product. And I'm going to show you how I pick my products, and then I'm going to show you after I picked my product and I make sure that it's good quality. I don't even ship the products to Amazon anymore. My supplier sends directly to Amazon, and I don't even touch it. And that's the sweet. I mean, literally, my business is hands off. Everyone's like, well, what do you do for your business, like right now, about how much time? I do webinars like this about once or twice a week. I'll share about other people making money online and how you can make money with Amazon. But as far as my business, I do have one private label product that I ship from my home because Amazon says it's a hazardous material. It's not really, but hey, they don't want to store it, so I have it stored at my home. And I print off 10, 20, 15 labels per day, depending on how many sell. And they're already packaged up, and literally we just put the label on them. And sometimes the post office comes here, and sometimes I stop at the post office on my way to work. And for each one of those items, and remember I said some days it's 10, some days it's 15, some days it's 20. But for each one of those guys, it's a $10 profit. So before I even go to work in the morning, I've made $100, $150, or $200. And that's a really, really good place to be in. And that's in one product that I ship from my house. I have 10 private label products, so you don't even need that many. And it's really good. So now I'm going to show you how you can find the exact same thing. So why FBA is the bomb? 1, you don't need to store any products because Amazon does it. Amazon handles the shipping, the handling, the returns, the customer service. And you don't have to hire associates if you don't want to. You just let them do everything. So there are several places that you can get products to sell on Amazon. The first one is wholesale. Wholesale is when you order products in a smaller quantity. So you might order a case of 12 or a case of 24 for a discounted price. And then you ship to Amazon and you can sell your items. The next item is retail arbitrage, and here's 2 pictures of me. The very bottom picture is my very first time out doing retail arbitrage. I was at a Walmart. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I had just left visiting my sister, and I thought, I'm just going to try this retail arbitrage. And I was in with my Amazon seller app, and these little Rock'em Sock'em gloves, they were like $7 in Walmart. And they were $25 on Amazon. And so there were actually 3 shelves of these, but I only bought 3. I only bought 1 shelf, which was all of those. And I could barely see, like pushing the buggy, and everybody was staring at me, but it was fun. It was exciting. But then I got all those things home, and then the very next day on my lunch break, I went out and at another Walmart closer to my work. And I got these balloons, these water balloons, and I was like, in that buggy there was like $100 profit. I was like, this is so cool. But then I had to come home and pack all that stuff up and ship it. And I was like, okay, I do not have time for this. I know there's a lot of money in it, but just with my lifestyle, you know, my family, my job, everything, it wasn't for me. However, that is one way that you can make money. Online arbitrage is exactly the same thing, except you find these deals online and you have the items shipped to your home and then you physically mail them to Amazon. And then private label, and this is what I specialize in. This is what I've been doing since 2014. And this is where you get to create your own brand, your own name, and put it on products. So a couple of problems with sourcing. So if you do online arbitrage or retail arbitrage or even drop shipping, you don't own that product. It's not your brand. So it's usually name brands that you are drop shipping or retail arbitrage. And anyone can sell that item as long as it has the same UPC code. You're supposed to list it on the very same listing on Amazon. So that means you have to share the buy box. And a lot of sellers on Amazon don't play well in the sandbox. And so they may have repricers on their items and it will reduce the price by a penny. I mean, if you've ever been shopping on Amazon and you see one item is 1 penny less, and if you drop your price one cent, and it's just a race to the bottom. And so when you have your own product, you don't have to worry about sharing the buy box and competing on price. Another problem is limited inventory whenever you're doing retail arbitrage, because you can only buy what's on the store shelves. And actually, like I said, when I was doing retail arbitrage, I always left some behind, but I know not everyone is like me, and so they would buy like everything on the shelves, but I always left some for the local buyers as well. But with private label products, you own the product, you're the manufacturer, so you can customize the product however you want and add value to the product. You get to customize the packaging. You get to pick, do you want it in a box? Do you want it in a bag? Do you want it yellow, pink, orange, whatever color? You get to decide on all of that. You own the buy box, so there is no competing on price and the race to the bottom. And you get to set your own price and you control your inventory. You have control over your supply chain management. So now I'm going to talk about the top 9 reasons that FBA sellers fail. First one is they choose the wrong product, or they struggle to find the right supplier, or they get their item but they have an improper launch because they don't know how to properly launch the item, or a poor listing optimization. I'm going to show you an example of that later on in this presentation. Or poor keyword choice. This one is huge. I always say you're not selling products, you're selling keywords. So you definitely want to make sure that your keywords are rock solid. Or they run out of inventory and then they have to start all over again because of the poor supply chain management. Or they waste money on pay-per-click campaigns on Amazon because they don't know what they're doing. And this one is huge. They fail to test. They get so emotionally connected to their item. It's like, oh, I'm going to sell this tape dispenser. I don't care what anybody sells. This is my baby and I'm going to sell it. And you can't do that. You cannot have sales based on emotional decisions. I'm a data-driven person. If the data doesn't say that that item will sell, then we do not sell it. And the other thing is they get analysis paralysis. They have so much training, have so many things going on. They don't know, who to believe, who to trust, who's online, what's going on. They just have so much going on. And my recommendation is focus on one person, one training, follow their example, and don't get analysis paralysis. But the number one reason is they give up. They just say, they throw their hands in the air and say, I can't do this. And I'm going to throw my hands in the air and say, you can do this. It's all a decision. It's here. And I'll say my 12-year-old son, I taught him how to sell on Amazon, and in one day he made $500.12. And then I have a friend named Miss Barber from Chicago. Nope, she's from Illinois. She would be mad at me if I said Chicago. She's from Illinois, and she started with me when she was and now she's 82 and still selling on Amazon. So age doesn't matter either. So let's get into the 4 Ps like I promised. The first one is the right product. You can look at eBay for popular products. You can look on Amazon for popular products on Amazon. You can even go to the store right now, walk in a Walmart, walk in a Lowe's, walk in any department store and see what they have out front and selling. So like right now, they might have Christmas trees, and of course you wouldn't go out and private label a Christmas tree, but think about the person that private labeled, this is so cool. They private labeled this huge funnel, like really long. It's probably about 4 or 5 feet long, and it waters a live Christmas tree. And it was just a plastic extended funnel. And my husband and I were like, whoever designed this just made millions of dollars. Since, you know, he was a fire chief, and so this is a little plug for live Christmas trees. If you have a live Christmas tree, please water it because they catch on fire really quickly, like within 30 seconds, and they're burn up. But anyway, it was just a long funnel. And I mean, that you start thinking of other items. So you walk in the stores, you see Christmas trees, and then you start thinking, what can I brand to add value to this Christmas tree? And if you can't go in the store physically, you can go to websites and see you know, the Christmas tree on the website, and then start thinking from there. And I mean, magazine ads. If you're in the grocery store aisle, you look down at the magazines and you see the items or even the magazines are mailed to your house. Or this is my favorite, a touch list. If you write down everything you touch, I mean everything you touch for 2 weeks, and you'll start making a list of things that are popular, that maybe your hobbies start to come up. And you, I mean, like if you say, okay, I put on deodorant, or I'm brushing my hair, so you can private label a brush or a toothbrush. I mean, there's so many things. So just everything you touch, just write it down for 2 weeks straight. And then this is my favorite, listen. Listen to what other people are excited about. Listen to what other people are talking about. If you have children like I do, my kids tell me so many popular things. Now, they're talking about popular things, and by the time your kids are talking about it, it's probably too late to go out and brand those items, but you can think of related items that go with whatever they're talking about. But just listening, if you don't have children, you know, if you're in the department stores or church or neighbors' kids or something, just listen on TV, listen to general conversations, and you will get so many ideas. So here we are over on eBay, and you can just go to eBay and shop by category and click on see all categories. Well, one thing I want to mention here is when you're looking to find an item to private label on Amazon, make sure that you are approved in that category on Amazon. So for example, if you're not ungated in groceries, don't go out and try to private label brownie mix or cake mix, because you won't be able to sell it in the beginning. So that's one thing I want to just emphasize, is make sure that you are approved in that category. Amazon itself, you can go to Amazon and click on any department, and once again, make sure you're approved in that category and just start drilling down. And that's what we're going to do. If you look across the top, you see the best sellers, the hot new releases, the movers and shakers, gift ideas. Look under these tabs at ideas that you can sell on and private label. So what I did is, my husband was turning 50. So I literally just typed in the word 50 in Amazon, and I picked a category and I started drilling down on the category. So when I say drilling down, I mean literally just clicking on any category that you want to. So I just did home and kitchen, event and party supplies, cake decorating supplies, cake and cupcake toppers, and cake toppers. And I ended up on this little handmade 50th birthday cake topper decoration. So what I want you to do, you've always heard the riches are in the niches. So I want you to think about just digging down to the sub categories, because that's where you're going to come up with your ideas. So once you find an item, this is the criteria that you want to look for. You want to make sure first of all, that the item is at least $10. So minimum price of $10. You want it to weigh less than 2 pounds because of the shipping. We want cheaper shipping. You want the item to have great reviews, because if it has good reviews, that means it's probably a good quality item, because we don't want to sell junk. We don't want to put our brand name on a substandard item. You want to make sure the listing quality that you're comparing to is really good, and or if you could outlist them, and I'll share with you how to do that as well. And then look at the bestseller rank, or BSR, and BSR stands for bestseller rank, and you want to look at the top rank, and you want it to be the lower the better, but I always like to say 6,000 to 15,000 is a good place to start. However, you want to look at that BSR over time, not just today. You want to, and I'll show you some charts that you can do that so that you don't make a rash decision, because remember I said I like to make data-driven decisions, because I don't want you to end up with 200, 500, 1,000 of widgets in Amazon that aren't selling. But your goal is to launch a product and have that item selling 10 to 20 times a day. Now remember, if you find one item and you're making a $5 profit per day per item, if you sell it 10 times, that's $50 a day. So when I did that, typed in the word 50, this is the exact product that I ended up on. It is a 3x3x3 clear gift box. Now, if you look at this item, it's actually $27 and you get 50 of them. It's rated at 4.5 stars and there's 40 reviews, so that's a good amount there. The rank is less than 15,000, so this one is actually ranked at 12,221. And there's one FBA seller, or fulfilled by Amazon seller. So if you do the math, if you aim for $5 profit after all expenses per unit, one product at $5 profit times 10 sales a day is $50 a day. If you had 5 products that were selling, that's $250 per day. And guys, this is selling on Amazon, meaning you're not touching it. Amazon's doing everything. So keep that in the back of your mind. After you find this product, it's all Amazon doing everything. And so you can imagine an extra $7,604 per month just from finding 5 items to sell on Amazon. That's good money. Now, of course, you have to pay taxes on that, but that's still really good money. So just from me typing in the word 50, if I did the research, and I want to say, because I do this webinar and I share this, I would not recommend that you go out and private label a 3x3x3 box, because everyone that watches the webinar will go and do that, and then this item will not be any good. But if you looked at my 3x3 box, I could sell white boxes, ivory boxes, black boxes, laser cut wedding favor candy boxes. I mean, there's so many things here that you could do. Did you private label that little box, or that is just what you found to get started? No, Joe, this is just an example. I don't share the items that I private labeled, and you shouldn't either, because I train a lot of people, and when you get really good at this, you can just private label anything as long as it meets the data. But great question. Okay, so I want you to look at these pictures here. If you look at the bottom, it says compare your 3x3x3 box that we looked at to these similar items. So there's really nothing impressive about these boxes down here, but this is our competition. And if I were to private label this item and this was my competition, I would be like, wow, because I'm going to show you why. So another thing that you can do is Amazon gives you ideas. They say, okay, the customer that bought this 3x3x3 box, they also bought these items. They bought some twine. They bought some caramel apple sticks, 50 of them. So you could do a bundle. You could do the caramel apple stick and the 3x3 box, create one product with that. And here, this is $10, $17 if you bought those separate on this site, on this page here. and then the twine is an extra $7. So you could maybe put the box in the twine and market it to a country wedding theme, or there's so many different ideas that you can do. You could go over to Etsy or Pinterest and type in twine and 3x3x3 box and see what other ideas that you could market to. You could also look at sponsored products, so you could also do a cardboard box. You could do pillow boxes, scallop edge boxes, bags. You could just get into the box and bag business if you wanted to, if the data proves that it works. Look at the frequently bought together. So remember, the box and the twine on the other page was like $17, but here on this page, it's $33.98 just from someone bundling these items together. But this is what I wanted you to look at. Remember those ugly pictures? Okay, you've heard a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, on Amazon, a picture's worth $1,000, if not more. So look at this image. Whenever you're doing your images for Amazon, you always want to show the item being used, because you want to show the consumer how they can use the item. So in this example, they actually have s'mores. They have s'more ingredients in there. And so that is much more attractive than just an ugly 3x3x3 box. But also look at what else the seller's selling. They're selling 2x2x2 boxes and 4x4x4 inch boxes. So all of this just from typing in the word 50 into Amazon. So the part of a good listing is you want to have a great title. You want to have awesome bullet points that give the benefits and the features of items, and then amazing images. And then if it has the little prime symbol, that means it's FBA or fulfilled by Amazon, and that means the item is already sitting in Amazon's warehouse. Now, this product description is not a good product description. I mean, it's very blah. It doesn't really say anything that the bullets didn't say. So in your product descriptions, you want to tell the buyers, buy this 3x3x3 box now, so that you can wrap your Christmas ornament, your ugly Christmas ornament for your ugly sweater party in there right now. So what did that do? When you got ugly Christmas sweater party, so if someone is searching for ugly Christmas sweater, or an ornament exchange, and you put those in as keywords, then maybe your 3x3x3 box would pop up, and then others would say, oh yeah, I need that 3x3 box so I can put my ornament in, or something like that. So remember, you're selling keywords. For the product information, you want it to weigh less than 2 pounds for the shipping. Remember the BSR, or the top level category, you want it less than 15,000. However, the lower the better. And when I say it's the lower, it's only the one at the top, not the one that says 32 in kitchen and dining and 3,000. We don't care about those, only the one at the top. Your product dimensions, you want it less than 18 inches long on one side. On Amazon, there are two sizes. There's standard and there's oversized. And if it's over 18 inches, that's considered oversized, and you will have increased fees, which you don't want to do if you're just starting out. Okay, so for the product criteria, you always want to look at what questions the customers has asked on your competitors' products, because then you want to take, if they have any pain points or anything that you can improve on, and improve the item in your product. And on this particular item, we can see that this product sells approximately 300 times a month at the $27. The estimated revenue is $8,123.99, and it has the rank of 12,221. So that's something for us to consider just for the 3x3x3. So then you just repeat this for 10 to 20 products. And guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is the most difficult stage, and it takes time. But once you find that one product, just spend that time and dig deep. Find that one product that makes $5 a day, sell it 10 times a day, $50 a day, $1,500 a month, and you're 3 feet from gold. Like I said, I've been doing this since 2014, and I have 10 products, so you don't really need that many. So the second P is the right place. So you can go over to AliExpress.com, and smarter shopping, better living is their tagline. But this is one place that you can source from. And so I found this item, the very same item, over on AliExpress. It's $6. It's about $11 for 100 of them. So we're paying about 11 cents each. And remember, 50 of them were selling for $27 over on Amazon. Or you can get 1,000 pieces for about $100. So 50 we're selling for $27, or you can buy 1,000 for $100, and that includes shipping. So you can see the profit in just a plain 3 by 3 by 3 inch box. So this is Tennille. Tennille said, I'm so excited. My test product just sold. And she shows where one product sold. And then she wrote back and said, I just had my first organic sale on my private label product, and they bought 2. So that's really exciting when you sell your first private label product with your brand, your name on it. Not the test product, but your private label product. Another place that you can go to source from is Alibaba.com. And I want to tell you this, whenever you go to Alibaba, and if you just said, hey, I'm very interested in this 3 by 3 by 3 inch plastic box, can you ship it to me? And they're going to say, yes, we can ship it to you, but it's going to cost you $50. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, $50. But listen, guys, this is a business. And if you do your proper negotiation, you will, and I hope you do, negotiate that $50, if you move forward and place a larger order, that you can subtract that $50 from the order. So when you do this, you want to keep it simple. You want to have simple packaging. You want to give the customers inserts and instructions on how to find or how to use your item. You want to have a UPC code that you can have printed on your item. And MOQ, or minimum order quantity, usually you want to start out the smaller the better, but you don't want to have 1,000 or 5,000. Start with 100 or 200 or maybe even 500, depending on what your price point is. And speaking of price, I've found items as low as 9 cents each, but with shipping and everything, it turned out to be 16 cents each, and they're selling for $9 on Amazon all day, every day. 16 cents, and it's real flat. It's like this big. It's flat like a piece of paper. It's not paper, but it's flat like paper. So 16 cents selling for $10 on Amazon. So everybody says, well, how much money do you need to get started? And it really just depends on the items that you find. Ask for air shipment for your very first order so that you can make sure everything is fine. And on your very first shipment, like I stated earlier, you want to have it sent to you so that you can inspect it and send it to FBA or send it to Amazon. If you are outside of the United States, you can send it to, there are fulfillment centers here in the States, and or you can have it sent to your home if you want to check it yourself first before you put your name on it. So we're going to recap the right place and the right price. You find a product on Alibaba or AliExpress. You use the filters on those websites to find the best sellers. You contact the suppliers with the specific questions that you may have regarding your product. You respond to the suppliers that email you back. I will warn you also, sometimes their English is broken, so you have to kind of, wade through their English. You want to order your test samples, place your first order, and wait. And guys, I swear this is going to be the hardest part. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I got to wait. It's been 2 weeks. Where's my product? And it usually takes around 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the time of the year and how busy they are. But for me, for my very first product, it took about 4 weeks. Now from door to door or from door to Amazon, it takes 7 days. So I've got it down pat like that. But while you're waiting, you can work on your fourth P, which is your promotion P. So under promotion, 5 to 6 high quality images. You want to have great title and use your keywords, because remember, you're selling keywords. 5 bullet points that give the benefits and the features of your item. In your description, you want to give the details, the benefit, and the call to action. And when you have your optimized listing and you start making sales, that's when you're going to rank for your keyword. So if you have great images, great title, great reviews, that's when you start getting conversions. And the more conversions you get, the more sales that you get. So another thing that you could do just for keyword ideas is type in the word cupcake and just see what other words start to pop up. So like cupcake stand, cupcake liners, cupcake boxes, cupcake wrappers. So I could even use this box and go in the, in the cupcake niche if I wanted to. Or just type in the 3x3x3 and we get clear favor boxes. That's another keyword that I may not have thought about, and gift boxes. So when you have an optimized listing, you start to get sales. That's when you get ranked for that keyword. So for example, if you're selling a lemon squeezer and you private label a lemon squeezer, which I do not recommend, but let's say you did because you didn't get proper training, you're on page 100 for lemon squeezers. And when a buyer comes in to type lemon squeezer on Amazon, they're not going to go to page 100. They'll probably stop on page 1. They may go to page 2, maybe page 3, but a lot of shoppers now are on mobile and they just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and they might still be on page 1 by the time they're all scrolling. So what you want to do is get your product and get it on page 1 as quickly as you can. So what is an optimized listing? It's the listing that I showed you. You want to have a good title, a good image, great bullet points, and a good description. And this is an example of a not so good description. So the fourth, promotion. You could create a Facebook page and promote your item that way, build an email list and promote that way. But when you have good keywords to search and you start making sales, that's when your keyword like lemon squeezer might move from page 100 to page 98. And then when reviews start coming in, then you might move to page 80, 75, and working your way up to page 1. But the more reviews that you get, the higher the conversions and the sales. And so here's my shameless plug here. I don't care what you buy on Amazon if you're a buyer. If you buy toilet paper, if you buy drinking water, go and leave a review for that seller that sold that item and say, hey, I received my item, it's in good condition, or whatever the case may be. But just because they get a review, then they get moved further up to the page 1. Because if not, then all the other sellers that are getting reviews are doing that. And a lot of people just think Amazon is this huge store, the everything store, and they are the everything store, but they don't realize that it's people like you and myself that are the sellers behind Amazon. So people search products by keywords, but they buy from recommendations or reviews. Another thing is the Amazon PPC or pay-per-click, and I personally don't click on sponsored ads unless I know I'm interested in that item. So here's an example of a sponsored ad, and this is what Amazon PPC or pay-per-click is. And basically, whenever you click on that ad, the seller that is advertising, they bid on that amount. It could be, I've seen some as high as $6 a click. So it really depends on how competitive your item is. So when someone clicks on your pay-per-click ad while they're searching a keyword and they buy your product, that's when Amazon will start to rank you for that keyword. So that's why pay-per-click is so important. And no matter what you do, you want to always run some pay-per-click in the background. So when you're first starting out, you want to focus on your sales and your reviews only. Forget about blogging, forget about building a website, all the social media channels. You just want to stay focused on sales and reviews only. Sales and reviews, sales and reviews. That's all you want in the beginning. So just to recap of the 4 P's, we discussed the product, the price, the place, and the promotion, which is the perfect marketing mix for any product. So let me ask you a question. You probably think I just gave you a drink of water from a fire hose with all the information that I just gave you. And some of you probably think that I gave you a drink of water from a fire hydrant. So what's better, to invent a brand new product or model one that is already selling? So while you type in the chat box, what's better, invent a brand new product or model one that is already selling, I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. Okay, the model one that's already selling, model. Okay, that's right. It's easier if you model what is working. And so here's our 3x3 by 3 clear plastic box over on Alibaba. And over there, it's 9 cents each for each one. And here's the same one selling on Amazon for $27 for 50 items. So here's the same box, the 9 cents each, with one roll of that twine. And that twine is 56 cents each. So 56 cents. So you could bundle the twine and the box, and you would have, let's say, 64 cents in your product plus shipping. So also it's easier to model what's working. Here are some magnetic false eyelashes, and they're 80 cents for a pair, and they're selling on Amazon for 4 pieces for $18. Now this one I chose because whenever you private label, remember I told you that English is not their first language. So look at the title of these eyelashes. It says private label, and label is misspelled. Custom is misspelled. False is spelled flace. So you really, really need to pay attention to your packaging design whenever you get your items so that everything is spelled correctly. Okay, so the secret formula that I shared with you tonight, secret number 1 was how to research and find your own products that are already selling on Amazon. Secret number 2 was how to find the right suppliers or the place to private label and modify your products at the right price. And the third secret is how to promote your product to start getting it to rank. So I want to introduce to you the private label course. And what I did is I created an entire step-by-step coaching class and private community. It has the 4 Ps, the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. And this is exactly what I created. And the reason, like I said in the beginning, that I created this is because everyone came up to me afterwards and they were, literally the question was, do you have a course? Do you have a course? And so that's why the title of my training is Private Label Course. So now I can say, yes, I have a course. But you're going to get complete step-by-step videos and worksheets that walk you through the 4 P process: the product, the place, the price, and the promotion. So here's what it looks like in the back office. I give you an introduction to private labeling. Very first thing is super important to make sure that you're ungated in the category that you want to start looking for items in. We're going to start talking about branding, give you an FBA quick start guide, how to think like a customer, and then some tools for your Amazon toolbox, and then my favorite, which is the Amazon Queen's Keys to the Castle. And so I also give you a private label decision-making tool, because you can do all the research in the world, but if the data doesn't show that you need to pick that item, and if it doesn't meet all of these criteria, do not choose that item. This decision tool is there for a reason. I also have a private Facebook group so students of the course can ask questions and help each other out as the accountability element. So if you have any questions or even answers or feedback, and most importantly, congratulations. I mean, it's super exciting to me to see clients and customers that have already private labeled their items. They're already ordering their second and third orders from their suppliers. Some are just getting their samples, which I highly recommend getting samples first. Some are still in the research phase. So it really, I mean, there's there's ones that have already got their product selling. There's ones that are already reordering, some that are ranking. It's just different different steps that each person is in. But guys, this is your journey. It's not a race, and it's all about you finding your product. So what you're going to get, you're going to get the private label course masterclass valued at $1,997, the private Facebook group valued at $497, all the future Q&A hangouts valued at $997, and this one is huge. This is unlimited access to my supplier. And in my opinion, this is priceless. So basically, you're going to use the decision-making tool. Once you find an item, you don't actually have to go to Alibaba or AliExpress and communicate with the Chinese or the Asians or whoever's selling your product. You can if you want to. I will give you access to my private supplier. Her name is Frances. She's boots on the ground in China. And you literally just send her an email and say, Frances, can you find this item for me? Sometimes she'll come back and say, I cannot find the item. I did find it. Maybe it has a patent in the US. Maybe it has a patent in China. Maybe it doesn't have a patent. But or one time I sent her an example and she said, I found it, I got a sample, but it's not good quality, so I don't want to send it to you. And guys, to me, that is priceless because you are saving so much time, so much money, so much effort, and she's doing it for you. So priceless, priceless. So all of this is valued at $9,467. The current price is only $997, but you don't have to pay $997. Today, you can get it for a single investment, $497 at learnwithbecky.com. So you can go over there right now, learnwithbecky.com, and for a $497 single investment, you can get everything in the private label course. So you can see why it's a good deal at $497, because if all this course does is help you find one product that profits $50 per day, that would be a worthwhile investment, wouldn't it? So you want to model what's working. You want to find that one product that makes that $50 a day. So here's an example, 50 cents for these little shoe clips, like if you're running or skateboarding or biking in the dark, selling on Amazon for $10.99. Here's another example. These are some gel toe protector caps, 33 cents each. And for 6 of them, they're selling for $10.44 on Amazon. So here's what others are saying. Chris is from the UK, across the pond, and he says, a massive thank you to Becky Timms for the course that's been provided. Not only is it crystal clear to follow, but the content provided in the course is amazing. Great value for the money. If you're looking to start Amazon private labeling, then this is the best place to start that. So thank you, Chris, if you're watching. Well, in the UK, you're probably asleep now, but thank you for that. Jade said, I just finished the videos. They're great. I'm taking action now. Ada says, this course is wonderful, and anyone who follows the directions will be able to be successful. Claire says, the videos are great and have easy to follow instructions. I'm excited about Amazon all over again. Christiana says, hey, Becky, I'm loving the course. Such great content. Can't wait to see the rest. So blessed to have found your course. Ada says, okay, I'm sold. I can't wait till the next segment, and I know I'm on the right track with you, Becky T. And Joyce says, wow, this course is packed full of golden nuggets. Thank you, Amazon Queen. So remember, I'm just an average girl. I wasn't able to achieve these results because I'm special or lucky. I was able to get them because I took action and I followed a system. So I'm also going to give you a bonus, and that bonus is an introduction to the Amazon pay-per-click training videos. Remember, I said it's super important that you always run Amazon sponsored products all the time. And so I give you an introduction to that. And then I also have a bonus on how to find wholesale suppliers. Now, I have a whole course on wholesale suppliers, so this bonus is just an introductory course to wholesale supplying if that's something that you're interested in. But I do have a whole course. I think it's like $47, and you can make that back in like one shipment with, and not only that, but I give you a whole list of like over 1,300 suppliers that you can go out and contact tomorrow if you decide to go the wholesale route as well. So you can receive the exact same roadmap that I used to launch my first product. Because you use GPS, right? So what you're going to get, you're going to get the private label course masterclass valued at $2,997. The product module is $697 value. Price is $499 value. Place module is valued at $599, and the promotion is $797 value. All the future Q&A hangouts, $997. The private Facebook group, $497 value. Unlimited access to Francis, which is priceless in my book, and the 2 bonuses of how to find wholesale suppliers and the pay-per-click e-com secret so that you can make money in your sleep and you can create your own product secret. So I'm going to share with you, can you see my tiara here? It says Amazon Queen. And I didn't just go over to Alibaba and type in Amazon Queen tiara. I went over to Alibaba and I found a supplier of tiaras. And I designed my tiara. I said I want it 4 inches tall. I want the 2 combs in the back. I want it to say Amazon Queen. And so they designed this for me to my specifications and shipped it to me. Now, my tiara costs $60, and you may be like, oh my gosh, $60? But it's for my brand, and I knew that I wasn't going to move forward and order, 200 Amazon Queen tiaras, although I would like to have 200 Amazon Queens making their first dime online, and Kings. But I'm just saying that if you think of any idea and you want to design it, all you have to do is ask. And they say, yes, I can do it, or no, I can't. And I'm super excited about my tiara. And that's how you can create your own products, just by going to find directly to the manufacturer. And there's a way to do that, but definitely go into the manufacturer and finding it. So all of that is valued at $12,467. But I also have Fast Action Takers bonus. It's a 30-minute strategy call with me. So the first 3 that are on the live call tonight will get the Fast Action Takers bonus, which is the 30 minutes. And the workshop live attendee is a $500 off. So the special price is a $497 single investment. You can get it at learnwithbecky.com. I also have a workshop action takers discount. This is a flex option because, I make all my money from Amazon. I have a full-time career, so it's not about the money for me. But this tells me who the real action takers are and who's really wants to learn how to do this, because there's low entry barrier. It's $149 for 4 months. It's an investment. It's also available at learnwithbecky.com. So you can do the flex route or the $497 one time. There's also a 30-day guarantee. So it's 100% satisfaction guaranteed, 30-day money-back guarantee. So here's the roadmap to help launch your private label product on Amazon and start getting sales. You go over the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. So you're going to get the private label course masterclass, the 4 P's, product, price, place, and promotion modules, the future Q&A hangout valued at $997, the private Facebook group valued at $497, unlimited access to my supplier Francis, and the bonuses of how to find wholesale suppliers, the pay-per-click e-com secrets, total value $12,467. So right now you have 2 choices. The first one is option 1. You can do nothing and don't join the course, which is 100% risk-free. Or option 2 is you can make this small investment today compared to all the value you'll get in return and just give it a shot. If the course doesn't help you make money, then I don't deserve yours. So I'm not exactly sure why you showed up today. Maybe you want to go on vacation, or spend more time with your family, or maybe you want to pay off your student loan debts like I did, or maybe you want to find a way to fire your boss, or maybe you want to move and just change your zip code altogether. What is your why? The bottom line is you just have to get started. But Becky, I should have started last year. You know, there's an ancient Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Well, the second best time is right now, today. So now it's time for the live Q&A. So I'm going to switch back over to live Q&A. But if you have any questions, you can ask me in the chat box. If you want to purchase a course, you can go to learnwithbecky.com. The single investment is available there and the flex options. So let me know if you have any questions in the chat box, and I will stop sharing my screen and go back over. Hello. Hi. Okay. And see here. Oops. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Okay, here's a question. It says, so if you find a product, you can sell one item at a time. If you find a product, you can sell one item at a time. Carmen, I'm not really sure what you mean by that. If you could ask it in a different way. If you find a product, you can sell one item at a time. I'm not sure. Yes, Joe, that is a great bonus, having access to Francis. I wish that's the one thing that I wish I would have had when I first started, is not having to go through those growing pains. But remember, I said I've made a lot of mistakes, and so I'm going to share with you the easy way. And guys, I've invested personally over $20,000 in my private label course training. And so what I've done in this training is I've taken the best of all the trainings that I have, and so you get the best of the best of the best in my course. If you finding product that sells, you can focus on selling one item at a time to see if it sells over and over again. Yes, Carmen, so you do want to test your products first, because you don't want to get stuck with something that's not going to sell. But if you use the decision-making tool and you look at the historical data, then you're going to have a good product, but you still want to test it just to make sure that it's going to sell. And I would recommend just starting with one product, and then once you get that product up and running and selling 10, 15, 20 times a day, then you can branch over to another product. Joe says, you spoke about branding. How do you brand yourself? Joe, that's a really good question. I actually hired a mentor for, I think I paid her like $5,000, and she teaches me how to brand myself. And there's also some online resources that I could refer you to as well. If you want to send me a message on Facebook, I'll be happy to share with you that. But that's been a fun experience for me as well, because I am new. I'm new to online. I'm new to e-commerce, and everything that you see is things that I've done since January 12, 2014. I mean, when I first came online, I was playing Candy Crush. I didn't know that you could sell courses and learn how to private label and make money in my sleep on Amazon. I didn't know any of that, so I'm learning as I go, and I love to learn. But more importantly, I love to share what I learn as well. So thank you. So this would be called e-commerce. Yes, Carmen. So when you're selling online, whether through eBay or Amazon, it's called e-commerce, which stands for electronic commerce, meaning that you can sell to anyone, anywhere in the world, as long as they have the internet. So you don't have to brand yourself. No, Joe, you don't at all. I just did it just because I love sharing with people about Amazon. No, I actually have a lot of clients that sell on Amazon, and you would not even know that they sell on Amazon. They're like, don't tell anybody. I don't want anybody to know that I'm selling on Amazon. It's like, okay, it's your business. And so there's a lot of people like that make a lot of money, and they're not out there saying, hey, I look at this, make money. Okay. What other fees are there with Amazon? Okay, Carmen, Amazon does have a professional selling fee of $40 per month, and or an individual account, which you can get for free. But if you want to send your items to FBA, then you have to pay that $40 a month. But if you sell it individual, you're going to pay $1 per item that you sell. In your first month, if you sell more than 40 items, then of course you need to upgrade to the $40 a month. But once you get your items up and going, then it's it. Is that the only fee? Yeah, that is the only fee. Now, Amazon does have other fees like storage fees and their FBA prep fee and things like that. But when you're pricing your item, you price your item so that it covers all of those fees, so that those fees are paid by the customer that buys your product. Great question. Okay, are there any other questions that I can answer? Do you have to be a Prime member? No. So Joe, Prime member is for your buying account. So no, you don't have to be a Prime member. Prime member is for your buying for your household. So that's totally separate. That's under your Amazon buying account, and then selling is under your Amazon seller account. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, well, I'm not seeing any other questions. So if you have any other questions, you can send me a message on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Make Money with Becky Timms. You can also go to thedriveat5.com. Yeah, you hear my dog barking. I know the baby little dog just came inside, so I'm glad that y'all can hear her outside too. It's like, let me go get her. Okay, but yeah, I do have to get going. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all around the net. Bye.